Okay, first I want you to understand, quickly revise on the concepts. Then we will start covering questions based on other properties.
Okay.
The first important thing is you should clear what the points are, what the lines are, what the rays are, what
Okay.
the line segments are. And the same thing has been covered here. First of all, we need to understand the geometry, what the geometry is. And I think you must. Getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, Abhinav? Let me know this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me know this, please, because I'm not getting your voice now.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Abhinav, please tell me, am I audible or not?
Sir, can you hear
Yeah, you
me?
are writing yes, sir, but I'm not able to listen your words.
Sir,
Okay,
I think you should.
not able to listen to you, but I think you are able to. What may be the reason behind this? Okay, all right.
Sir, can you hear me?
Ma- 1 minute. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's now okay. All right,
Okay. Okay.
all right. There is a mathematician Euclid named Euclid. Euclid has
Okay.
actually introduced deductive
Wait, sir.
reasoning.
Sir? Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm
No,
not
sir.
able to
For
see it.
me, no, no, no. I can't see.
Okay, I will share now. I'll share once again.
Okay.
I think it must be. Okay, now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First, I just explained that in geometrical problems, we actually deal with the shapes and their properties. And geometry is, in fact, all about shapes and their properties. This is the
Okay.
first thing I explained. And whenever we consider geometrical approach, there may be a question in our mind.
then from where it has been started, what
Yes,
is the
sir.
origin, from where it originated. Then the answer is from Egypt it has been originated. Then it this geometry moved towards the another country, Greek, and in Greek it has been developed much.
So,
They studied geometrical problem and they developed some approaches. One of them is Euclid, a mathematician Euclid. He used deductive reasoning approach to solve geometrical problem. What actually happened in deductive reasoning approach? In deductive reasoning approach, we are having many predefined rules. We have many predefined axiom. We have some theorems, and whatever the predefined axioms are there, he named it postulates. And by using those predefined data, we solve geometrical problems. That is the approach used by Euclid. Later on, there are some more mathematician like Thales is there. Pythagoras, you must have heard Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras is there. They have also worked and given some rules that help to understand geometrical problem, that help to solve geometrical problems. This is a historical approach or historical preview that I have presented. In geometry, when we start with a geometry, we why do we actually focus, why do we actually study Euclid's geometry? Because Euclid has defined point, line, and all of these basic geometrical entity. He has defined all of them. As per Euclid, point is something which has no part, but as per their as per our syllabus is concerned, and as per our definition is concerned, we call point as an entity that has no dimension. What does no dimension means? No dimension here means it has no length, it has no breadth, it has no height. Then what it has? It has only position. And in order to represent position, we use relative approach, and for the same we make use of reference line, and we represent the point using these two reference line, x and y axis, and two-dimensional plane is used. And in this two-dimensional plane, wherever the point is, we can show its location using this two dimension. There may be infinite many points in any plane. It may be rectangular plane that I have considered here. After point, there is a concept of three dimension as well. Point may be in two dimension or three dimension. When we consider a point in a space, we call it three dimension. When we consider it in plane, we call it two dimension. Got it?
Got it?
Yeah. Is it
Yeah. Is
clear?
it clear?
sir, what?
Abhinav?
Abhinav?
Yes, sir. Sir, what?
Abhinav,
Abhinav?
am I
Am
audible?
I
Yes,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir. You can. I can hear you, sir. Sir, it's working for me, sir, but it's not working for you. Sir.
Okay, I think I must be audible now.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, all right. Now the next thing is ray. After point, we have ray. Okay, I'm going to briefly help you recall everything because we have already covered them in much detail. Ray is something, a geometrical entity which has only one end fixed and another end is not fixed here. It goes up to infinite in other direction, but one direction
Yes,
is
sir.
fixed.
Okay.
And we name it like this, PQ. And how do we name this? We will represent it using PQ rays. We
Ray,
will
yeah.
represent like this, or we can represent like this as well. One end is fixed, another is not fixed, like this. And
Okay.
after this, we have line. A line is another geometrical entity which has no end, no fixed endpoint. It goes up to infinite in both the direction, and we represent any line PQ as PQ line, or we can represent it as PQ line. Okay, this bracket indicate that you are not going to have endpoint. Then we have line
Okay.
segment. Yeah, what is line segment? Line segment is actually a piece of line whose both end are fixed. Then I have explained you some questions based on line segment, and I have explained you what are parallel lines, intersecting lines, perpendicular lines, and if lines are parallel, they will never intersect. If they are intersecting, that means they are having one common point. Then I have again covered what the point, line segment, rays are. Then about line, the parallel lines may be there, intersecting line. Then we covered question based on complement and supplement. Complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90, and supplementary angles are two angles whose sum is 180. Then again, I have helped you to quickly recall things. I have explained point, line segment, ray, angle. Then I have one more thing that I have explained here, angle. Angle, what the angle is. Angle is made up of uh, a particular ray, or you may say that there are two rays which has been originated from same endpoint. If two rays are originated from same endpoint, you call them that there is an angle formation, or you can also explain it like amount of rotation of two rays originating from a same point. And this
Okay.
origination may be in anti-clockwise or clockwise, and
Okay.
based on it is anti-clockwise or clockwise, we call it positive and negative. Actually, anti-clockwise angle is positive angle and clockwise angle is negative. Then I've helped you to help you with these symbols. You can just represent angle using these symbols. Either you will use capital letters, or you will use theta, alpha, beta, phi, this
Okay.
symbol. Then I have explained you what are different angles. It may be 0 degree, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, complete angle. These are single angles that we may have. When
Okay.
we consider single angles, we can consider 0 degree. When we consider two rays that originate from same endpoint to be overlapping, they are not rotated anyway, or they are just overlapping. There is no amount of rotation at this stage. That is why it is said to be 0 degree. In case of acute angle, the angle between angle that lies between 0 and 90 is actually acute angle. In case of right angle, the angle is 90 degree. In case of obtuse angle, angle lies between 90 and 180. In case of a straight line, it is said to be two right angle or 180 degree. Reflex angle is an angle that lies between 180 and 360. Then we have complete angle, which is one complete rotation. It represents 360 degree. Okay. And then we cover types of triangle. It is based on angle, acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. It may be based on side. You already know that. Yeah, equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. In equilateral, all the sides are equal. In isosceles, two sides are equal. In scalene, all of them are different. In case of acute angle triangle, all of the angles are acute. In case of right angle triangle, one angle is 90 degree. An angle opposite to this 90 degrees, a side opposite to this 90 degrees hypotenuse. And this is the Pythagoras theorem that you should understand, that the longest side hypotenuse square is equal to other two side square. Let's say
Okay.
perpendicular. And here if we consider C to be theta, then only AB is said to be perpendicular, because perpendicular is always opposite to the angle considered. Then we have obtuse angle triangle whose one of the angle is more than 90, and then we consider two angles simultaneously, and here we define complementary angle as angle whose sum is 90, supplementary angle two angles whose sum is 180, linear pair two adjacent angle which are supplementary, that means making 180, adjacent angle whose vertex is actually common, and they also have common one of the side common. That means one vertex is common and side one of the side is also common. There are two sides in any angle, and one of the side is common in these two angles. Then only we call these two angles as adjacent. Complementary angle may be adjacent or may not be. Supplementary angle may be adjacent or may not be. I've already explained all of them. Just go through it briefly and quickly. Okay, then we covered the concept of two lines. When we consider two lines, they may be intersecting. That means they have a common intersecting point, or they may be parallel. If they are parallel, they do not intersect, that means, and they are having equal distance throughout. Distance between them is equal throughout. And whenever we
Okay.
consider intersecting lines, we have vertical angles. And when we consider parallel lines, we have many angles. I'm going to explain here. Here vertical angles are just angle 1 and angle 2, and here angle 3 and angle 4. And do remember, these vertical angles are also known as vertically opposite angles, and they are equal. In case you are having parallel lines, you will get corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior angles. You will get co-interior angles. I'm going to tell you what happens with all these angles. Corresponding angles are those angles which look like this. Let's say here I'm just telling you the angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 4 are corresponding. Similarly, angle 6 and angle 8 are corresponding. Angle 5 and angle 7 are corresponding. And do remember, these corresponding angles are equal.
Okay.
In case we consider alternate angles, alternate angle may be alternate interior angle or maybe alternate exterior angle. Alternate interior angle are angle 5 and angle 4, they are equal. Angle 6 and angle 2, they are equal. Similarly, angle 1 and angle 8, they are equal. Angle 3 and angle 7, they are equal. The difference is they are alternate interior, and here the another are alternate exterior. Then we have co-interior angle. Do remember, co-interior angles are supplementary. That means their sum is 180. Here angle 5 and angle 2 sum up to give you 180. That means they are co-interior. Angle 6 and angle 4 sum up to give you 180. That means they are co-interior.
Okay.
Then I have helped you with some questions here. If you
Okay.
just tell that they are 5:7, that means their sum is going to be 180, and I can consider them to be 5x and 7x, and we just found x, and then we can determine those values as well. Similarly, we solve this question second, example second, and then we worked with exercise question third as well. Like this, here the construction is important, and then we covered
Okay.
exercise based question as well. There were 6 questions I remember that we solved
Okay.
in previous class. Have you revised them?
Wait, sir. Revise the questions.
Yeah, because you need to revise them. You need
So
to.
we did the thing. We haven't done.
If you couldn't revise, you need to revise them. If you want PDF, I will share, but you need to revise them all, because you can't retain much if you don't revise. Okay, today I will help you to solve some question based on uh, the properties related to parallel lines. That means if you are having two parallel lines like this, and then you are having corresponding angles, I'm going to help you solve question based on corresponding angles, based on
Okay.
alternate interior and alternate exterior angles, based on
Okay.
co-interior, that means allied angle.
Okay.
Okay, we will solve question based on all these today.
Okay.
Okay, okay, I'm here with some question for you.
Okay. Angle ROS is half of angle QOS minus POS.
Okay, I'm just pasting there itself so that it can be observed bit more resolution. Yeah, you can now observe it. I have enhanced its size, you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, in this figure that you can observe here, it is mentioned that PQ and RS are parallel. That means you are given with two parallel lines. This is a
Yes.
solution figure. This is a solution figure. Okay, the main figure is this one that is given there in the question. You are given with PQ being parallel to RS, and you are also given with angle MXQ 135 that you can see here. Similarly, angle M by R is 40 that you can see here. And they want you to tell the angle X and Y. This is the question. You need to answer this.
Okay. So if PQRS angle MXQ is equal to 135 and MYR is equal to 40, find XMY.
Yeah, this is the question. And in order to solve this question, one construction is needed. And that construction is we have drawn a line A and B parallel to PQ, that means also parallel to RS. This is the construction we did that is needed here. Okay, if we construct this, we can now use the concept of co-interior angle. How can we use these two angles are actually co-interior? What does it mean?
Yeah.
It means if it is 135 and let's say it is X, their sum should be how much?
180.
Exactly, it's 180. That means if we want to figure out the value of X, we need to subtract 180 and 130. And
Okay.
here we can just answer that it is coming out to be 20. No, it's 45, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It's 45. And now if I want you to tell me the value of this, let's say this is Y. Can you tell me this value?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it'll be the same as x it'll be the same as x and b because it is what is it called?
Yeah, this Y should be not same as X and B, but it should be same as RYM.
RYM, yeah,
Because
sorry,
because they
RYM,
are
40 degrees. Yeah, they're
alternate angle.
alternate angles. Yes, my bad.
That's what they are.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are given with we have just obtained a value of X as well as value of Y, and here we need to figure out the value of angle X and Y. And if you observe carefully, you can just tell me that angle XY is nothing but sum of these X and Y.
Yes.
And we already have calculated this X and we have calculated this Y as well, and that is why the angle is going to be 95 degrees. Is it okay for you?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, now can you solve this one, another one representing here? Yeah, 1 minute. Have we committed any mistake? Let's see. Sorry, it's not 95, it's 85. It's not 55, it's 45. 45 and 40 is going to be 80. All right. Very
Okay.
sorry. Okay, 85 is one. And then we have another example that's also easy. This example is also there. Okay, if you want to solve this one first, you can just solve. It is a simple one. I can help you with here itself. If a transversal intersect two lines such that the bisector of a pair of corresponding angles are parallel. These are two lines, and transversal intersect here, and bisector are parallel, then prove
Okay.
that two lines are parallel. Here PQ and RS are not given to be parallel. Remember, PQ and
Okay.
RS are not given to be parallel, and what is given to be parallel here? BE and CG are given to be parallel, and they are also given to be what? Bisecting. Okay,
Okay.
what else we can do here is we can just make use of these are parallel lines. That is why it is going to be transverse. This is it. If we make use of the approach, we can just answer that these are equal. Then we can just answer that if these are equal, which means they are also equal. And by using this approach, we will be able to tell that PQ is parallel to RS. Got it?
Okay.
How will you be able to tell that? Because you will be able to add both, and you got ABQ equal to that BCS. Why I'm saying so that they are equal, they both are equal. Okay, see here. The this one angle, and here this one equal. Okay. Similarly, this one and this one equal. That means the sum of both are equal. That means this entire angle is equal to this. And do remember, if corresponding angles are equal, uh, if lines because of which they are equal, we call them corresponding angles are then you will call those two lines because of which they are equal as parallel line. Okay.
Okay.
And here, I'm just going to help you with this question again. You just see what was the question. Actually, you are not given with these two lines being parallel. Remember, here we are having two lines AB and PQ, let's say. But you are not given with these two lines as parallel. And you have one more transversal here. Let's say this transversal is RS. Now you are given with this angle which is bisecting them, and this one which bisects. And
Okay.
let's say it is L, this is M, this is N, this is O. Okay, I'm not naming as they have named there, but I'm just helping you with the concept. Now the what is given to you, I'm telling you first. You are given with these two lines being parallel. And you
Okay.
also given with these two angles being bisected. That means they are equal and they are also equal. Okay, now as this ln is parallel to MO, you can just tell that let's say this one is angle 1 and this one is angle 2. You can just tell that angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because they are forming corresponding. Similarly, you can just tell that this angle 3 is equal to angle 4 because they are also forming angle 3 equal to angle 4. Angle 1 equal to angle 2. Angle 3 equal to angle 4. Why do you say
Okay.
that angle 3 is equal to angle 4? The same reason corresponding. Now you will add these two, first and second. If you add first and second, you will be able to add the LHS part, 1 and 3, and you can just add RHS part. If you add 1 and 3, you will get entire angle RLB. And here if you add 2 and 4, you will get again RLB you got there, and here you will get LMQ. Now if you properly observe, these two angle will be considered as corresponding angles, since corresponding angle are equal. And whenever
Okay.
corresponding angle are equal, you need to observe for for which line they are corresponding. then you will be able to understand, you will be able to conclude that these are corresponding for AB and PQ. And if they are corresponding for AB and PQ, those lines must be parallel. Here we are using the converse property of parallel line. If lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are equal is quite obvious. But the converse is also true. If corresponding angles are equal, then lines are going to be parallel. This is the approach we used here. Got it? Okay, now we have more questions. Yeah, this one is also here that we can solve.
Okay.
This question, what can be you are supposed to find x, y, and z here in this question.
Okay. X. Wait, so where is X?
Yeah, I'm presenting here. I'm pasting here. Yeah, this is the question.
Okay. Example 6. In Fig 6.27, AB, CD, and CD, EF, also EA, EA. Wait, EA is that intersecting? Wait, EA intersecting AB. If angle BEF is 55 degrees,
Yeah, it means
P-
actually, it means AB. This is a symbol of parallel. AB
yeah,
parallel to C.
AB parallel
And this is the symbol of perpendicular. Got it?
perpendicular. Sorry.
So AB is given to be parallel to CD. That means these two are parallel. Okay. And
Yeah.
also CD is given to be parallel to EF. If two things are parallel to the same thing, they all are parallel. That means here all three are parallel.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, and E. Then they are given to be EA is perpendicular. This EA is perpendicular to AB. If EA is perpendicular to AB, then do remember EA is also perpendicular to CD and also perpendicular to EF.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now they want you to find out the value of x, y, and z. And here you are given with some value, that is BEF is given to be 55. This one. This
Okay.
is 55. These two are going to be co-interior, and co-interior angle sum is how much? 180. That's why I'm subtracting it with 180. I got 125 degree as my angle y,
Okay.
as my angle y. And angle y and angle x are equal. Why I'm saying so?
So angle
Why I'm
Y and
saying so?
angle X are equal
Yeah, tell me why I'm saying so.
because the lines are parallel. So it will be
Yeah,
like
because AB is parallel to CD, and if AB and
yeah.
CD are parallel, angle x and angle y are actually corresponding angle. That's why they are equal.
Yeah.
Got it? Now,
Yes.
what about Z? How can we find out that G?
Uh. Okay. So CE is
Actually, this is
perpendicular.
90 given here in the question,
Yeah.
and this is 125 given to be, and that's why this is going to be how much? 180 minus 125. That means this angle is 55 degree. This is 90, this is 55. Now you want Z. Can you use angle sum property of a triangle? Angle sum property of a triangle. Can you use this?
Okay.
What does it suggest? Angle sum property of triangle. I've already told you.
Angle
Angle
sum
sum
property
property
of
of a
triangle.
triangle. And here the triangle used is
It should be 180, sir.
BA, BAE triangle is used here. Yeah, it's the angles should be, sum of angles should be how much?
180.
180. That means 90 plus 55 plus C should be 180 actually. And now if you are going to add, you got 145 and G here. It's actually 180. And G is going to be how much? 180 minus 140. You will get how much? 35. You got the value of G as well. Okay, can you solve such question? Can you solve such question now? Are you comfortable enough to solve such questions?
So
Yeah.
okay, so firstly I'll just do it again. So 90 plus 55 plus Z is equal to 180. So 90 degrees is that angle plus 55, which is Y. So plus Z should be equal to 180.
Yeah, we have used this triangle as our
Yeah, so DCE should be equal to
consideration.
180.
Exactly. That's why we just sum up them and got equated
Yeah.
it with 180. Finally, we subtracted 145 from 180 and we got 35 values. Okay, we solved this example and now we have exercise.
Yes,
Now
sir.
we have exercise in front of you and this is the first question of this exercise and I want you to answer this. I want you to answer this question. Answer this, please.
Okay. So in Fig 6.28, find the values of x and y and then show that AB is parallel to CD.
Exactly. We are not given with AB being parallel to CD here, remember?
Yeah.
But you can just use the linear pair property, and as per the linear pair property, the adjacent angles must be these adjacent angles which are there in a straight line. If they are making linear pair, that means they are obviously in a straight line. By using the concept of linear pair, you can directly say that 50 plus 1 x is 180 actually. That's why this is going to be 130. Similarly, 1 y is equal to 130 because this is vertical angle. So here we use the concept of linear pair and vertical angle and we just concluded about x being 130 and y being 130. Now as x and y are equal and they are equal as well as they are alternate, we can use the converse property. What is the converse property? If alternate angles are equal, then lines are parallel.
Okay.
If alternate angles are
Equal,
then lines are parallel. What are those two lines that need to be parallel here? Obviously, these are alternate angle with respect to AB and CD. That is why we can conclude here AB must be parallel to CD.
yes.
We have many other questions that I want you to hear here. Okay, these are few other questions that you should appear now. Try to appear them.
Okay. So which one?
1 minute. Obviously, the second one, I'm testing it again.
Okay, so in Fig 6.29, if AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF. Okay,
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, and Y, Z is equal to 3. Then
The ratio of Y and G is given to you. It is 3:7. And
Alright.
you can just tell that this is y, then this should also be y. And if you are given with the ratio of y and g, you can just tell y is going to be thrice k, g is going to be 7 times k, and y and g are actually co-interior angle. That's why they should be 180.
Yeah.
That's why thrice k plus 7k should be 180.
180. Yeah.
That's why 10 times k should be 180. That's why k should be 18. And once you obtain k, you can just tell that it is 54 degree. And 18 times 7 is going to be 120/60. We got y and z. Now x is actually equal to z. Why I'm saying so?
Yeah.
Because they are again alternating.
Alternative.
X is
Yes.
equal to z, which is 120/60. In this way, we obtained all these values. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Solve this third one now. Third one and fourth.
Okay. In Fig 6.30, if AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD and angle GED is equal to 126 degrees, find angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE.
You are given with angle GED.
Yeah,
G
GED.
GED. This entire angle is given to you,
Yeah.
and it is given to be 120/60. And this is 90 given to you. Now,
Yeah,
in order
90.
to find out this angle, you can subtract these two, and you will find 6 and 36 degrees this angle. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what do they want? They want to figure out AGE. They first want you to answer AGE. This AGE is nothing but equal to this one because they are alternate. That means AGE is 126. They also want you to answer GEF. We just answered it. It is 36. And they also want you to answer FGE. You can answer this FGEs because these are linear pair. That's why FGE should be 180 minus 126. It's 54 degrees. Yeah, we answered all of them.
Yes, sir.
Fourth question. Fourth question.
Okay. In Fig 6.31, if PQ is parallel to ST and angle PQR is equal to 110 degrees and angle RST is equal to 130 degrees, find angle QRS.
Yeah, they want you to answer this hint. They also have given you hint. You make use of this hint and tell me the answer.
Okay, so RST is equal to 130 degrees. RST is 130 degrees. Find QRS.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sir. QRS is vertically opposite to PQR.
No. In order to have vertically opposite, the line must
Sorry,
intersect.
it must intersect. So it should be wait. Then
You need to approach with this hint if you can read this. You need to draw a line parallel to ST through R. You need to draw a line parallel to ST through this R. If we are drawing this line parallel, let's say line is AB, then you can call this as co-interior. That's why it should be 50.
50. Yeah.
You will call this co-interior. That's why it should be
Be
70.
50.
Now they are forming three angles which are in same straight line. That's why these three angles should be 180. And that is why my angle QRS should be how much? 120. You need to subtract 60 degrees. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is easy, but a bit of construction is needed. You
Yes.
have to construct it. Okay, now the next question. Fifth one.
In Fig 6.32, if AB is parallel to CD and angle APQ is equal to 50 degrees and angle PRD is equal to 127 degrees, find X and Y.
You try to appear this. Try to tell me. Try to answer the question.
Okay, in fix. Okay. I have to figure out what X and Y is.
Yeah, you need to answer the value of x and it is given in the question that A, B, and C, D are parallel.
So
And if they are
AB
parallel,
and C.
this PQ we have as transversal. That's why this 50 degree will be the value of x. Similarly, here this entire value and this entire value will be alternate. That means 50 plus y must be 127. That
Yeah.
means y must be how much? 7
What one? Yeah.
and 7.
So
77 degrees
77.
the value
Yeah.
of y and 50 degrees the value of. Okay?
Yeah.
We can
Yes.
answer this question so easily, no problem at all. We have obtained both values, all right. Okay, now the sixth question.
Okay.
Okay, have you studied the concept of mirror? Do you know about mirror? What happens there in mirror?
It
Whenever any
reflects.
ray, there occur reflection whenever ray falls on mirror, and this is the phenomenon of bounce back of the rays that we call reflection. What happens actually? Whenever an incident ray falls on the mirror, at point of incidence we draw a normal, and ray bounce back. But the rule of bounce back is very common and very definite. And what is that definite rule? These two angles must be same. This rule
Okay.
is also known as law of reflection. And
Okay.
here the same thing is actually applicable. If you properly read this question, you will be able to use the same concept. This is a concept of physics, but it is used here. That's why I have just told you, explained you.
Okay.
You use this concept and tell me the answer to this question.
Okay. So okay, in fig 6.33, PQ and RS are two mirrors placed
Yeah, here
parallel to each
mirrors
other.
are shown. Yeah,
The
they are
incident
parallel to each other.
the incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B. So incident AB strikes the mirror
Yeah,
at B.
if we draw the perpendicular here at this instant, let's say it is BB dash, and perpendicular at this instant, let's say it is CC dash, they are perpendicular on parallel lines. Perpendicular on parallel lines are parallel, are parallel. If they are perpendicular on parallel lines, that means BB dash is going to be parallel to CC dash. Now, as per the rule, these two angles are going to be equal. I have already told why I am saying so, because I is equal to R. Similarly, these two angles are equal because I is going to be R. Is it clear to you? Are you
Yes,
okay
sir.
with this? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now they want you to prove AB parallel to CD. Okay. Now I want you to tell me. I want you to uh, observe it carefully, and if you observe it carefully, you can just tell that these two are parallel lines. BB dash is parallel to CC dash. If BB dash is parallel to CC dash, then angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because they are alternate angle, you will see. Is it clear? Tell me, is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
If I just double this, I will say 2 angle 1 is equal to 2 angle 2. And remember, double of 1 is what? Double of 1 is here. Quite obvious. ABC. Angle ABC is actually double of angle 1. And what is angle 2 times of angle 2? It is actually BCD. And if I want you to observe it carefully again, you will figure out the answer. These two are equal. If these two are equal, you need to understand for which two lines they are behaving as alternate. They are behaving as alternate for these two lines. These two lines are actually AB and CD. That is why we are concluding for AB being parallel to CD. Because these two angles, which are equal, are
are
alternate
alternate
angles.
angle,
And we have used the same concept here. What is the same concept? The
the
concept
concept
is
is
if
if
if two alternate angles are equal, then
then
lines
lines
for
for
which
which
it
it
is
is
alternate
alternate
is
is
actually
actually
going
going
to
to be
be parallel.
parallel.
That is why we concluded
AB
AB parallel to
parallel
C.
to C.
Is it okay for you?